Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous, and in this channel, we talk about gang stalking. We talk about their tactics, their methods, how dealing with this, and we analyze what's going in my mind, what this is going on. We try to find a um, subjective rationalization with the entire thing of gang stalking, and trying to really find the actual ways that these tricks are pulled off on targets. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about how important the images in the minds of targets matter. So, I'm going to compare to you the images that were in my mind before gang stalking versus the images that are in my mind now. The thoughts, the feelings. So, when before the whole gang stalking situation, um, my mind was literally just filled with happy images of me being successful, working out, happy, beautiful memories. And as time with gang stalking goes by, those memories have been replaced with memories of the traumas, memories of the negative experiences, images of the negative experiences, the things that have gone wrong, like the way my mind is pretty much changed. Like the entire contents of my mind is completely distinct than before. So I am assuming that is what you call when someone is traumatized, right? And that's not okay. That's what shouldn't be. I'm assuming that those images is really what matters. Like the contents of your head is what really dictates how you feel about yourself, your emotions, your everything, pretty much everything that is not um well, how you feel about yourself. It's gonna dictate how all your emotions throughout the day. If you feel anger, so I have noticed that all of those images that I used to have are I have to force them on my own mind, when in the past I didn't. That's usually all I would think about. And that is something that I it's completely new to me, that I really never analyzed the what were the contents of my mind. And well, now whenever I have a because of this channel, the my mind is not really filled with those memories are not really negative anymore, even though they do bring up negative experiences. They do not bring up negative emotions, because I am using all those experiences to make something positive, to make this channel. But when the memories, when there was no channel, the memories were literally just floating in my mind, and I was connected. So the fact that I found a useful purpose really is transmutating all those negative experiences into something useful. So I don't, even when there is a negative emotion attached to it, I do not feel distress, I do not feel anger. I feel that all the anger that I used to feel is helpful, in order for me to understand and to explain to you guys what is the psychological results of this an entire gang stalking situation. Now, those are the only things that truly matter, that you actually own, that you only have control. It is your emotions, well, your not your reaction, I guess your reactions, how you react to things, what you're thinking about in the images in your head. So I'm doing an experiment where I am doing, I guess, metaphysical work, where I am actively saying almost like a prayer. But it's not a prayer, it is pretty much I'm saying things that form beautiful images in my head, and it keeps my mind busy with these beautiful images, even when there are things in front of me that are supposed to directly make my mind recall negative experiences. And when I have a negative experience or a negative memory, I'm like, how can I use this to make a video? How can I use this to help my viewers to understand what is going in the mind of a target. And again, the prayer is it's actually, I want to call it a prayer. I'm not sure if it's a prayer. It's kind of like a mantra, I guess. And it goes, um, mente de acero, mente de acero, billetera llena de dinero, cuerpo espectacular e imposible de manipular, which literally means iron mind, wallet full of money, um, in, a spectacular body, and impossible to manipulate. But it rhymes in Spanish. So today is the fifth day. Yesterday I felt tired, so I couldn't keep focus on saying that prayer the entire day. But most of the day, I was saying it, and I feel like it's changing something, and it's changing in the way that um look, when you are thinking of something negative, right, and you have that memory, the memory kind of the neurons, the connection of neurons to the item or to the word gets tighter every time it repeats. It makes the river deeper, so the water is more likely to go through there, right? So when when the water stops running through a river, with the wind, with time, the river is actually going to get covered and water is going to find a new path. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I am, you know I'm going to be sternly focusing on saying my prayer for a month. I don't know, for as long as it takes, until these psychological connections are gone. And and that way, whenever I see an item, there is no an item that the gang stalkers used, a word that the gang stalkers used. That way, it takes the negative meaning out of it, and it's only a word. I have realized that is exactly what I should that what I'm doing now is what worked during the time of connection. And not only that, but when I was doing this, I heard the gang stalker say, "He's doing something. He's doing something." And then I remember I heard my coworkers saying, "Just right, right, yeah, right," like out, like around me, with the intent. I am assuming that it is with the intent of discouraging me from saying that, from saying a prayer or a mantra. So it works. The first time I did it, you guys were with me. When I was getting conditioned, I was saying numbers, but it was only that, and I was doing the breathing. That helped, but the mantra keeps my mind busy, and it keeps, like, it doesn't allow my mind to go anywhere. It keeps my mind there. As long as I focus on saying my little mantra, my mind doesn't go anywhere. It stays with me the entire day. It doesn't go thinking about gang stalking. The moment that I kind of get distracted and I stop saying it, then my mind does go to one of these memories. But the whole day yesterday, it only went to those types of thoughts, gang stalking related thoughts, for like 5 times. 5 times, guys. Maybe like 10 at the most. But when you realize that you're at work, and then all these words, all these mannerisms, all these facial movements, all these items, all these colors are supposed to do something to your mind, and then you're keeping your mind away from it so that it doesn't. If I do it long enough, I know that the imagery in my head is gonna go back to normal. That I am able to pull these images only when I want to. Not they're not pulled up immediately without my permission. And that, I have to say that is a win, because I am not constantly stuck psychologically in the entire thing with gang stalking. I'm not connected. I'm actually having my own thoughts. I made a note that my humor is coming back. I'm beginning to be myself again. And this time it's happening significantly faster than it has in the past, even when the entire conditioning operation just happened. So I think that is the way that if you're getting gang stalked, if your gang stalking is heavy, you have to be able to say a little mantra that connects with you, like maybe your goals, your needs, your wants, and then just make sure that you stay focused on saying it self vocally. Make sure to have some images tagged to it, and even if your mind deviates to a negative image of yourself that maybe caused you a trauma, you pulled back out of it, and then just keep focusing on the mantra, and try to pull images of happy images, even when sometimes the images will be negative. It's gonna happen. Before, in the past, I remember that I used to try to image myself as, as being hot or whatever, and I would feel a sensation on my toe, and the sensation on my toe would literally bring up an image of my toenail when it was really ugly, and it felt, and that's what it does. So when you have an image of I had an image of my toe, the gang suckers would go boom, you know, they would make a banging sound, and it would always be when and the banging sound, there would be a time where if I would be looking at sandals, right, the gang stalkers would make a banging sound, boom, and then it would bring an image of my toe. So then the sandals became a symbol. Wherever I would see sandals, I would think of my toe being ugly, and it would bring a trauma. And then when that would happen, when you are getting gang stalked and you're having the auditory hallucinations, guess what? You would look at a pair of sandals, and then you would either feel the sensation on your own toes, or you would have the auditory hallucination of a bang somewhere. If you were at the gym, you would hear the sound of weights dropping, and that it would invoke the ugly image that you have been conditioned to have. So it's insane how this whole thing works. And then that's why you would feel that the sensations on your body are directed by someone, because the banging and the sensations of the foot, everything is it. That's just how the body responds. It remembers the trauma. It's insane. It's insane how that works. It feels incredibly manipulative, and it's so powerful, that it's incredibly hard to believe that that's actually it's simply a manipulation of the traumas. It's I almost forgot about that whenever whenever I was trying to have a nice image of myself, I would feel the sensation going to my foot, and it would invoke the sensation of an ugly foot. Every time I would try to imagine myself being successful, my body wouldn't allow me. I can clearly understand why people get so depressed. I can understand why people lose everything, and it is because the images in their head are predominantly negative. Their traumas, their memories. It's insane. If you saw my eyes going from one way to another, like lost, it's because I just had like a little flashback, like right now. Anyways, that's well, the crux of this video is that the images in your head matter. They matter a lot. And as a target, telling you, giving you a suggestion is to have a mantra that invokes beautiful images in your head. And your task is literally to keep your mind busy with this mantra for as long as it takes. Keep your mind busy with beautiful images. And your job as someone who is dealing with this is to make sure that the water doesn't flow through the river that the gang stalkers have built in your mind long enough so that time covers it and it erases those synapses. It erases the connection between a water bottle and a negative memory and a trauma, between a light bulb and a trauma, between a color and a trauma, a negative memory. Do that for long enough, and your mind is gonna go back to normal. Not 100% to normal, but the more you stop your mind from making connections to colors, stoplights, headlights, to things that gang stalkers did to you, the longer you keep those disconnected, you're gonna get the power of your mind back. Today's the fifth day, and I feel fantastic. Other than I feel like I'm getting a flu, but I feel fantastic. I'm getting my humor back, and well, I would think that also would apply to people who have been through actual trauma. Like if you have been traumatized and you cannot stop, ruminating about something bad that someone did to you. You have, especially if someone did it to you, if you were betrayed, you have to stop the rumination. You have to literally keep your mind busy long enough off of it, actively, so that you literally just stop thinking about it, so that you stop having those negative memories. And the thing is that whenever you let your mind free without any control, then the gang stalking is gonna do its thing. But if you keep your mind busy and you take the reins of your mind, you're literally not allowing gang stalkers to have control of it. You're having control of it, and you have to control it and program it to whatever it is that to your best benefit. When you're getting gang stalked, you have everyone trying to control your mind, to control your memories, to control your traumas. But there's a way to stop that from happening, and that it is you by actively reprogramming it, actively keeping it busy with beautiful images, with beautiful things, with beautiful phrases, words. Don't allow the gang stalkers to control your mind or to dictate what you're going to be thinking about. It is a lot of work, but remember, it's only your mind that you have to control. That's it. You only focus on one thing, on controlling your mind. That's all that matters right now, because you cannot control anything nor anyone else, but everything is an attack on your mind. So the one thing that you have to focus on is on controlling your mind, and you're not going to control it perfectly. You're not, and that's okay. But with time, you're going to get a lot better. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.